Right, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about some catfish drama, and this situation is pretty wild to say the least. So the main person you'd be aware of here is Samantha, or Sage and Maze. Now Samantha posts a bunch of different type of content, but one type of content that she posts is fitness content, or specifically running content, as we're going to be talking about here. And a few months ago, Samantha ran the Boston Marathon. You know, she posted some content, posted some picture of her running, posted her time, and then I believe on that same night, she was made aware that someone was catfishing as her. And not just catfishing by using Samantha's pictures, but actually taking the pictures and photoshopping a different face onto the pictures to make it look like they ran the marathon. And now just a couple of days ago, as I'm recording this video, Samantha's posted a bunch of different videos kind of going through the situation, which is what we're going to be talking about in this video. Now before we get any further with the video, I do just want to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. So if you're like me and you've previously wondered how scammers are getting your phone number or why your inbox is just filled with spam, it's because data brokers are selling your data. And they make billions doing this, selling your data to what in a lot of cases is a scammer, and it's all without your permission. Now they are legally required to remove your info if you ask. The problem being is they make it way too complicated to do this. And obviously, as you can probably guess, that's intentional. But because Aura takes care of the hard part and automatically removes your info from these sites, it just makes it so easy to recommend. And Aura has a bunch of features, from alerts of your infos found on the dark web, fraud alerts for credit and banking, VPN, antivirus, password manager, and a bunch more. It's so many layers of protection, but just in one app. I know I'm personally fed up of spam calls and spam texts, so if you are too, you can go to aura.com/markie and you can actually try it for free for 14 days. And in those 2 weeks, you can find out where your info is being exposed and sold, and Aura can help out remove your info from them sites. No one wants to leave themselves vulnerable, so again, that's aura.com/markie, and you can try for free for 14 days. So thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's get back into it. Right, so let's start at the beginning. So this is the first video Samantha uploaded on this video. It's just like a 30-second video kind of briefly talking about the situation and talking about how she even found out about this.
You know what? Enough time has passed that I feel like I can talk about this. After I ran the Boston Marathon this year, I got a DM from this guy that a girl that he was talking to had taken my photos from me running the Boston Marathon and photoshopped her face onto my body and was posting it onto her Instagram acting like she ran.
And not only would she post these pictures, she would even give her thoughts on her time, right? Which is obviously Samantha's time, and say things like, oh, I'm a bit disappointed.
She also had the audacity to post my time and say, not the results I wanted. Huh? I will stab you.
And now in the second video, we actually see the pictures. Now, I want to make it very clear here, right? The person in the pictures, like the face that's been photoshopped onto Samantha's face, could very well be, and it's actually very likely, it isn't the person who's actually posting this, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because we look in the comments in these videos, people obviously try to find out who this girl is, but I think it's important to note here that just because this girl's face has been photoshopped onto somebody, doesn't mean it's actually her who's running the account. And also nowadays with AI, it might not even be a real face, right? It might be like this like generated AI face, who knows?
I just went back and found the screenshot, so I'll show you. Okay, so my friend Brad posted me on his story. That's me, obviously. And then this is what she posted. So that's her face, and it says, not the outcome I wanted, but we'll be back for that sub 315 back to the lab, which first of all, I've already gotten sub 315. So if that's the time that you wanted, you should have taken my other results. This one was crazy to me because that's me and my boyfriend, Isaac. Girl, honestly, this is the craziest one because my mom posted this one on her page. I didn't repost this one. Girl.
Yeah, I mean, this is just beyond wild. Can you imagine being Samantha in this situation? I mean, let's take a look at some of these. So you've got this picture of Samantha with her medal, and if we skip a bit forward, we can see a completely different face, but the rest of the picture is the exact same. And I mean, yeah, knowing this information, right, you can see that it has been photoshopped, it just doesn't look right. But honestly, if you saw this picture just on Instagram and had no context to the situation at all, I mean, you probably wouldn't think twice. This picture, on the other hand, definitely looks a bit more suspicious, but I think it's because there's some, like, blur filter on. Like, if you see when she moves her finger, like, the picture blurs in, like, different areas. So I think the blur on the face is making it look like even worse Photoshop than it is. But yeah, I mean, same thing again, right? It's just Samantha's picture of her boyfriend, but a different face. And then of course there was this one where, as you heard, Samantha was fuming that they were disappointed with the time. Now, a little side part of this story, Samantha did also upload another video talking about how she met, like, Neve from Catfish, the TV show, and spoke to him about the situation.
Another kind of funny part of that story is the following week I was in London running the London Marathon, and I was at an event and I ran into Neve from Catfish, and I showed him the pictures and told him the whole story, and he also thought it was crazy. So
yeah, I mean, from what we're seeing here, this definitely could have ended up as an actual episode. I don't think it will now. I would assume that the person's going to stop, right? Because they are aware of this, because Samantha does talk about in a little video that she's now been blocked by this account. So they're aware that this video exists. So you would think at that point they would stop using that account, right? But I mean, who bloody knows? Now, in the next video Samantha uploaded, she answered some questions, right? So some people are asking why she waited a few months to talk about this, which I think is a bit of an odd question, but she does answer it.
Hi. Okay, I'm gonna answer a few questions regarding this whole marathon situation. A lot of people are curious as to why I waited 3 months to talk about this. Honestly, when it first happened, I was so deeply disturbed by the whole situation. I found out at 10 p.m. the night of the marathon is when I received the DMs from the guy. And I was so angry, uncomfortable, disturbed just by everything. And I knew that I needed to, like, calm down before I talked about the situation. So here we are. I will say a few people have found this girl and, like, posted her name and her and I have been deleting those comments because I think people on the internet can take things a little bit too far, and I don't think that this person should be, like, harassed over this. She obviously knows what she did was wrong because I was blocked last night, so she knows.
Yeah, so as Samantha's saying here, some people are posting the art, and I'm not sure if that's, like, the art of the account that's photoshopped the pictures or, like, the actual person whose face has been photoshopped. Because in the next video, Samantha also says, like, this very well could just not be a real person anyways. It could be, like, AI. So I assume what she's talking about here is the art of the account that is photoshopping these pictures. Because one thing that we also do find out is that these guys who've been talking to this account never actually, like, FaceTimed the girl, never met up with her or anything. And I mean, if you've watched Catfish, the TV show, before, that usually means that's not the person in the pictures. And I mean, we obviously know it's not the person in the pictures, like the entirety of the pictures, but it also probably means that it's not the person whose face is in the pictures. Now, Samantha also goes on to explain that the weirdest part of all of this is that some of the pictures that we saw there weren't even pictures that she posted. Like, her boyfriend posted them, or, like, her mum posted them.
But yeah, I just, like, me posting her face is enough. Like, we don't need to take it any further than that. I don't even really know what else to say about it. I am just so uncomfortable about the whole situation because the picture of me and my boyfriend was not one that I posted. It was one that he posted on his story. And then the picture that my mom posted was a picture that she posted on her private profile. So, like, the whole situation is just so creepy, and we're just gonna leave it at that.
Now, at this point in the story, it seems like we get somewhat of a response from this account. It might not be a response from this account, but from everything we're seeing here, it could be. I'll explain. So basically, Samantha's uploaded a video saying that she got a message from the person's friend. Now, obviously, bearing in mind everything we spoke about here, this friend might not be a real person and might be the person behind the account. Who knows?
I have a little bit of closure regarding this situation. So I received a message on Instagram yesterday from this girl's friend saying that she's been receiving threats online, which I do not condone. I'm not okay with. That's specifically why I didn't put her name out there. And that's what I meant by people on the internet taking things too far. However, after having a conversation with this girl about her, I was still really sus, and I was receiving messages from other guys who live in the Boston area who have apparently talked to this girl, you know, set up dates with her, whatever, but she would always cancel, never show up, whatever. I asked them if they've ever actually met her, if they've ever FaceTimed her, whatever. No. All of these guys have on their own come to the conclusion over the past year or so that this person does not exist. I have also come to this conclusion. I've searched her up on other socials. I do not believe that this girl actually exists. I think that she was also running the friends account that reached out to me yesterday. there's clearly something going on in this girl's life, and I hope that she figures it out, but this is not a real person.
So yeah, as you just heard, Samantha's saying that it might just not be a real person. It might just be like an AI thing, which is definitely possible nowadays. It obviously makes the situation even worse if it is a real person's face and it's not the person who's behind this account, right? Because not only is Samantha getting her picture stolen, someone's face put on top of them, but someone else's face is being used, and obviously that makes that person look guilty of doing this, and they might have no idea what's going on. And of course, that is a possibility, right? Because I mean, looking at the pictures that were edited, it does look like it is the same girl's picture being used each time. It looks like the same girl, right? So that would make me think that someone's pictures are being used and it's not just like a generated face, but look, I'm not sure. Now, Samantha does end the series of videos by basically just warning guys that have potentially like spoke to this account before or might speak to this account in the future to obviously just not.
So if you are a guy living in Boston and you're talking to a girl from Southie whose name is Mallory Patterson, she does not exist. It's not a real person. Stop talking to her. She is using other people's pictures and either using AI or whatever. I don't think that this is like her face at all. But yeah, so hopefully that gave you guys closure. I feel like I have closure now, and yeah.
Yeah, an absolutely baffling situation. I mean, obviously the one positive that's came out of this, the fact that because Samantha's made these videos, obviously the account has seen them. They kind of responded, or maybe their friend responded, who knows. But they've seen the videos, they blocked Samantha's account, and you would assume that means that they would stop using her pictures. The obvious big negative here is, though, is that they might just carry on doing it with someone else's pictures. I mean, that is also a possibility, just under a different account, and who knows, right? That person might not have like a big TikTok account to make these videos and kind of get them to stop. Now, in the comments of these videos, there's obviously a bunch of theories as to like who this could be, if it's someone that actually knows Samantha or if it is just a stranger. Obviously, these are just complete like theories and no one really knows, and obviously Samantha doesn't even know. I think the reason why them theories exist is because like the pictures were taken from like her mum's account, but her mum's account might be public, who knows? It might not be like a private account, so I don't know, it could be obviously anyone, right? But with that all being said, I'm glad to see that it seems like this situation is going to come to a stop regarding like Samantha and her pictures and whatnot. That is a big positive here. Yeah, I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video, and I'm going to leave it there. So if you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Also, if you're interested in some other content, me and Emily have a channel where we play games, react to reality shows, do vlogs, stuff like that. So if you're interested in any of that, that's always linked in the description down below. And yeah, until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.